Today we are going to replace this video surveillance camera from my old system with this one right over here. We are going to remove the old one, see how the installation was done, make a change and install a smaller power adapter than the original one. And instead of mounting it on the wall as it was, since it's so light, we are going to place it right here on the cover of this junction box. And besides being able to use it with the SD cards and view it in the app, we will later on connect it to the Home Hub Pro, which centralizes all the cameras that I'm using. It's called the Reolink Lumus Pro. It is a 4K camera with Wi-Fi 6, night vision and waterproof. And even though it can be installed outdoors, today I'm going to install it in the garage. Now inside the box there's the camera, the user manual, the video surveillance stick and the power adapter. The camera has an SD card slot and a reset button. The power adapter isn't actually very big, but we are going to use a smaller one. I've already shared several videos here on how we can choose and use other power adapters like this one right over here, which is much smaller. In this particular case, a 5 volts 1 amp, and it's really easy to use, but I will leave some links down below. All you need to do is grab a jack smaller than this one that will fit right over here. Actually, I just used the last one to install this one, and it will be a lot easier to put inside a junction box, which in this particular case I'm leaving the one that I already had, but for this camera I could use one almost half the size of this one right over here. But let's go to the project. Let's see how the Reolink camera can be positioned, and now that I've seen and taken my measurements by eye, let's turn off the circuit breaker, and now I can remove the old one. If by any chance you don't have one installed, it will be even easier, but I want you to see how I had the installation of the old power connected to the camera. Lots of wire and a big power adapter which was modified to fit inside the junction box. It has been like this since 2018. It has been working just fine, but the aspect, the looks of it doesn't look good since the beginning, but it was the best that I knew back then. At this moment, it's so much easier to use one of these power adapters than just connect the jack and connect right, not over here, but connect it right over here, and that's it. Now, after removing everything, I'm left only with the phase and neutral wires that come from the small junction box that I've got right over here next to this one. I did put a quick connector, connect phase and neutral, and now I can also connect the power adapter, phase and neutral. That's it. Simple as this. And now I have plenty of space. Actually, I could use a much smaller junction box. I was saying half the size, probably not half, but a lot smaller than this one that I've got right over here. But as I already had this junction box there, instead of drilling again, I just left it like this. Now we can turn the circuit breaker back on, but before connecting the camera, I'm going to mark the camera mount here on the cover of the junction box. I just made 2 small holes, inserted 2 screws, and then tightened them with 2 nuts on the other side. And now we can move on. I passed the camera cable through the junction box, stored the excess cable inside the box, and connect the power adapter jack to the camera itself. And it works just like the original one. Now, the only thing that I didn't show on this particular video was how to connect the jack that I was mentioning before, but you can also use a quick connector. In my particular case, I did solder it, and I did show that on another video. Link will be down below. But if you don't want to waste time, or you don't know how to solder, or you don't want to, then a quick connector just to connect this part right over here. Actually, we could cut this one here with the jack size of the fitting that you have on a camera, which is something really easy as well. And that's it. That was the only thing that I didn't show on this particular video, because we have done this quite a few times. And now we can close the junction box, and in the meantime you can already see the blue pairing light. So now we can grab our phone, open the Reolink app and add the camera. Just scan the QR code, follow the steps, and maybe 2 to 3 minutes top, it's configured and ready to be used. And as you just saw, I did configure it as I only had this camera, which means that I will be recording the footage to the memory card. Now we can just point the camera anywhere that we want, and that's it. If you want, you can also act a bit silly like myself, and nobody will take it bad. Now the camera is small, but it has a very strong light which works both indoors and even to light up a outdoor area. The image quality is top. The garage could be a bit more organized, but that's just fine. It records in 4K, and in situations with good lighting, it's really nice. If we turn off the light, then it turns on the spotlight, which is very strong, as we have already seen in some images. But if you want, we have the infrared option, which will be used automatically by default, depending on the best situation, or we can change it manually. And probably in some images, you saw me with the mobile phone, I was turning on and off the lights and activated the infrared and deactivated. But the way that it works is simple as this. If you are very far away and the light does not achieve, then it will work only with red. But if you come by and the camera notices that there's movement and it's on the range of the flood light, then it will light up and we will have an image with colors instead of the infrared. The app is super simple to use, but as we have seen in other videos, it's very complete. We can view recordings either only when there's movement or 24 hours a day, my choice. The dots that you can see on the screen are movements when the software indicates that there was activity, and it will separate if it's a person, if it's a object moving, a vehicle, for example, or something else. In the options, we can change almost everything. The image, which we can rotate vertically or horizontally, brightness, night mode, privacy mask, resolution, 24 hours recording, or if I want to do a different schedule of recording, whether you want to receive notifications or not on your email, on your phone and whatnot, and another 500 different options that we could make a whole video about the app. And if you want a full video on the app, leave on the comments down below, and if there are enough comments, we will record a half-an-hour video just talking about and showing the app. Now, if you later want to add a Home Hub Pro, which is at the end of my office, we can. It's not necessary, but if I want to, I can. And this is one of the best things that Reolink has on their ecosystem, is that at any moment that I want, I can add a Home Hub Pro, which will centralize all the cameras that I have. And instead of recording to the memory cards, we will be able to record to the hard drive of the Home Hub Pro, which can go up to 16 terabytes. Now, to add, we just need to go to the Home Hub Pro menu and ask it to search for cameras that are connected to our network. And I've already shared with you how great this is. It gives me the possibility to connect it anywhere in my house, and I don't have to worry about where I place the Home Hub Pro. I can put it here on the basement. It doesn't matter, just need to connect it to my network, and it will discover all the cameras that I do have spread around my house, which, as you guys know, is quite a large house. And that was one of the difficulties that I had with systems in the past, such as this, because the NVR needs to be connected to the cameras individually. So if I bring the NVR to the basement, I will not have signal on the first floor. If I bring it to the first floor, I will not have signal, and vice versa. So I always had to find a place on the ground floor that I could stretch here and there. And some of the systems, like this one right over here, has a function of access point where the NVR will connect to this camera, and then this camera will give signal to another camera. And I did use that some of the times to get signal, but the signal gets weaker and weaker, and it's always limiting. Now, what Reolink has developed, and I've been using for the past year, which will give us the ability to connect to our network, and after that, anything that I do connect via Wi-Fi or Ethernet, depending on the camera that I get, will get discovered by it, and it's awesome. Let's imagine a 2000 square meters warehouse. You can put the Home Hub Pro on one end, and then on the other hand of the warehouse, as long as you have an access point with the internet that it's connected to the Home Hub Pro, you just need to connect this camera on the other end of the warehouse, connect it to your Wi-Fi. That's it, they will connect together. So one of the best things is that you don't need to acquire it at any time. But also one of the best things is that if you want to centralize anything, you can get it at any moment, and you will add your cameras as you want. And as soon as we add the camera, then we will have one more camera that we can, besides accessing through the app, also view it by connecting a monitor or TV to the Home Hub Pro, which supports up to 24 camera. And probably there are some people out there who at this time might need to place a surveillance camera near the Christmas tree to see if someone is peeking at what's there. I'm sure that if I placed one for real, because that one I was just joking with you, then I would probably call someone. By the way, the footage that you just have seen is from a E1, which is one very basic camera. It costs about 30 euros or so from Reolink, the same that I've got on that corner right over there. We can put it on a desk, we can mount it on a wall or on a ceiling, but Reolink has more than 50 different models of cameras, some of them more expensive, some of them more complex, some of them a lot less expensive and less complex, depending on our needs, and almost all of them will be able to connect to the Home Hub Pro. And once again, that's my main reason to be using Reolink cameras, because besides of the quality, besides of the image quality that they have, we have the flexibility of connecting all of them to the Home Hub Pro. That being said, hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you did so, don't forget that usual thumbs up right over there, which is really appreciated on this side of the screen. My name is Roberto, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.